last time, and we're graphing rational functions. So what the book is going to ask you to do is to do 7 steps. If you look at page 355 of your book, that's where the steps are located. However, I am modifying what I actually want you to do a little bit, so I'm going to make my own list of steps, okay? So this is a modified version of what's on page 355. Okay, so number 1, factor the numerator and denominator. Find the domain. So that means you're figuring out what values x cannot be, right? Find the y-intercept. Do you know how to do that? So to find the y-intercept, you just plug in 0 for x, right? This is all step 1. Okay, so step 1 is factor, find the domain, find the intercept. I realize that's kind of weird to have that all as one step, but okay. Okay, step 2. Step 2 is, remember how the definition of a rational function is that you have a polynomial function on the top and a polynomial function on the bottom? Remember that? Does that sound familiar at all? So in our last chapter, we learned how to find zeros of a polynomial function, right? So the next step is find the zeros. Don't worry, we will do a couple of examples using these steps. Find the zeros of the numerator. These are the x-intercepts. Okay. Step 3, find the vertical asymptotes. So we learned how to do that in our last assignment. Find the vertical asymptotes. So what you're going to do, in case you've forgotten, is set the denominator equal to 0 and find the zeros, right? So for the x-intercepts, you find the zeros of the numerator, and for the asymptotes, you find the zeros of the denominator. Okay, next step. Find horizontal or oblique asymptotes. So we learned how to do that last time, right? Do you need me to rewrite the 3 rules to remember those? No? So 3 rules. Maybe I'll just do a really short version. If the top is less than the bottom, y equals 0. If top equals bottom, we're talking about degree, right? So these are the degrees. Then y is the leading coefficients. You don't have to write it down again if you don't want to. I'm just quickly doing it so it's all in one place. And 3, if the top is greater than the bottom, then it's oblique, and you divide. Okay, so there's just a quick version of what we learned last time. Okay, step 5. Oh wait, we're going to skip step 5 and step 6. So I'm just going to say skip, because if you happen to read the book, they do these. Okay, so step 7 is graph everything in steps 1 through 4. Plug in other points if necessary. So if you have any gaps where you don't know what's going on, go ahead and make a table of values and plug them in. Plug in other values if necessary. Check with the calculator. Now, you can only check it with a calculator because a calculator graph is not going to look anything like the real graph. It's just going to give you generally what it looks like. And we're going to do an example, and then you'll see all of these steps. Okay? All right. I will just leave that there while I am finding a lovely example for us to do.